mountain is like a rock, right? And there's forests and land and different things. So wherever it's shining, and it's shining everywhere, right? So everything absorbs or reflects the sunlight differently. Like a rock reflects the sunlight more than the ocean does, and so forth. So there's differences in the way the rock or the ocean either absorbs or reflects sunlight, creates what's called low pressure and high pressure areas. So when you have a high pressure area here and a low pressure area there, it causes the air to move from the high pressure area to the low pressure area. And that causes what's called wind. That's the scientific explanation of it. But we know that there's a person behind everything. So the ultimate person behind everything is Krishna, but there's also Krishna's like directors that he appoints, like Vayu is the demigod of the air. So therefore Vayu is organizing the movement of the air. Just like behind the electricity of this light bulb, there's a CEO of Puget Sound Energy that's producing the electrical energy and has all the wires and everything going from their factory to your house or to this temple. And that's why there's energy going through these light bulbs and lighting them up, right? So even in the universe, you have the director of the sun, you have the director of the wind, you have the director of currents of water, you have the director of digestion, you have the director of heartbeat, you have a director of blood circulation. All these things, there's a person behind them, and the ultimate big director is Krishna. Okay? So nothing is independent of Krishna. And the organization by which everything works is tremendously integrated. There's nothing random about it. Okay, so go ahead.
So the last question was, explain how kinetic energy from gasoline produces the motion of the car. So gasoline contains potential energy. A machine in the car converts it into mechanical energy. When the car starts up, it turns into kinetic energy powering the car.
What's the difference between mechanical energy? Have you introduced a new term, mechanical energy? What is that? Is that something you read?
Yeah.
You just copied it?
I paraphrased it.
You paraphrased it. Okay. Well, okay, now Shrestha can read her thing. Listen carefully to her explanation of how a car moves, right? Because it's a little bit more detailed than what you said. What you said is not wrong, but she explains it much more in detail.
So, kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is the energy which a body possesses by virtue of being in motion. In other words,
so if something is in motion, that means something pushed it.
Yeah.
Right? Things just don't become, don't go into motion by themselves.
Yeah.
There's some force that pushed it.
Pushes it.
And then the kinetic energy that it produces by moving, it has some potential energy, right? But when it gets that push, then it manifests its kinetic energy by the motion.
Yeah.
Nothing moves without a
motion.
push, right? That's another thing we have to remember. It just doesn't happen by itself. Something has to push it, right? Just like you ever play pool? Huh? You know what pool is? It's not a swimming pool. Right. So, do the balls move by themselves?
No.
No, you have to hit one ball, that'll hit another ball, that'll hit another ball, that'll hit another ball, and then that last ball goes into the hole. Okay? So there's a transfer, but without the initial hitting with the big pole,